Crazy at this thing called love. Just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa, L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa.
Good morning. Welcome to Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is Tuesday, March the 21st, 2023. We wake up to another day. So there's news that there's been a lot of delays with this electoral registration, the voter registration. There's been a lot of delay. And let me bring my boy on from Liberia so we can talk about it. Correspondent, Mr. Sammy, welcome. How are you, Sammy?
Yeah, good morning, Raw.
I just talking about the election process in Liberia, brother. What you got to say about that?
You kind of muted.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, the process is kind of slow anyway. And actually, they were saying it takes about 5 minutes to complete a card. But
let me walk you around before we lose connection now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better place. Okay, I'm not far from the beach. Yeah, I'm not far from the beach. So I'm trying to get away. Yeah, so I'm around Mama Point. I had to leave from the embassy because the guest parents send her somewhere, so I won't be able to interview her. The little child.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm somewhere around Mama Point, the beach area, trying to get home. But the electoral process is very slow. Up country, in some areas, the machine gave up. It broke down. They had to wait till today. So if that continues in other counties, it'll be a serious problem.
So how was the situation at the Caribbean mission where you were?
Like a remission?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there when one or two persons called the supervisor, informing him that the machine has broken down, and he was trying to instruct them as to how to get it back on.
On
And but
the phone?
on the phone, yeah, on the phone, he was instructing on the phone.
So we're gonna have
It,
some
it,
we're gonna have some serious problem with this voter
it,
registration.
it will be serious. It will be very, very serious. Most of the machines are break down along the way. How can you get it back? And
There,
even some around Grand that or sign or you give up, I mean, how can you get it fixed?
there was one guy on the Facebook here who said he had gone on the line at 10 o'clock in the morning and he didn't get his card until 4 o'clock.
Yeah, the process very slow. That's what I'm saying. They were saying it takes about 5 minutes to complete a
5 minutes for
card.
one person.
It's more than 5 minutes.
That's too slow, man.
That's more than yeah, too slow. So if you
Oh,
got an Android phone, you can do it online. So you only go there to do your fingerprint. That's all.
but so it works online.
Very fast. I did my online.
Then you got your card
Yeah, I got my card.
online.
Sorry, no. I went there at the center and they did my fingerprint and printed the card in less than a minute. I got a card.
You kidding me? So when people go online,
Yeah.
so online is faster than going to the place.
Go to the place, go in queue online. It's very fast.
A lot of people using the online thing.
Yeah. More and more people getting involved now because they want to stay too much, too long. And yeah. So online thing, you get a lot of people got Android phone and that, bro.
So
You want to get the news.
when you did the online registration, when you got there, your picture, everything came up.
Everything, my information, everything came right there. So I only
Wow.
did my fingerprint and the photo. That's all.
And that was short.
Yeah. Once they scan your fingerprint because you will download the code. The fingerprint code. Once you download it, appear all your information will be secure.
Wow.
Yeah, all your information.
So
So can I call back? I'm in the list or something. Can I call you right back, sir?
okay.
Yeah, I'll call you back.
Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Samuel Worker. We're talking about the voter registration process. He's telling us now that when you go online and register online and do your fingerprint online, everything is saved. All you have to do is go to the voter registration center. Wherever the people are online, you go there and you show your phone and they will see your fingerprints and will bring up all your information. And all you got to do is sign it and they will take your picture right there and give you your card. That is a very fast process. It's faster than going to the actual voting center and standing online. So for all of you watching this show and want to register fast, go online. Mr. Samuel Wilker said the process is very secure, it's very fast. He didn't take much time. All he did, he went there and his fingerprinting machine came up, this fingerprinting sign came up, and he did his fingerprint and he took it and he filled out all his information. When he went to the voting center, he showed them his phone and they click on the information and everything came up on the computer. And all he had to do was take his picture and get his card. So if you don't want to stand online for so long, make sure you go there and do it that way. Go online and fill out all the information online. Then you go to the center and get the actual card. Okay? Now, this morning, our class was going to be on education. I talked with Mr. Samuel Wicker this morning. He was at the university. He was at the American Embassy. This is the picture of the little girl that was selling there. And he took a picture and sent it to me because he wanted to talk with her. She's a little youth. These are the people we call youth that's striving to learn and we need to take care of. These are the people that are our responsibilities to ensure that they get an education. So I told you, take a picture, let's put it up here. So when we talk about our children, our youth, we know the kind of progressive people we want to see. People who mean a lot to our society. Now, this little girl, she's not in school today. Mr. Samuel Wicker is at the U.S. Embassy. He went there with some people. And this little girl was outside the embassy selling. And she's not in school. So he called me. He was very troubled. He said, you know, Rod, everywhere you go, you see these children selling, and they're not in school, man. He said, it's terrible for our country. He said, all over the nation, the young lady, progressive children, promising young children, they're not in school. They're not in school. What she was doing, she's selling for her mom, sitting in front of a little cooler with a Fanta bottle and something else on top of the cooler, water bottle, selling. What can the little child gain from selling on the in front of the U.S. Embassy on with a cooler and 2 bottles of drinks on top of it? These are the children that we're fighting for every day, man. These are the children that matter in our society. When I see these young children and I see them, they're not in school, they say they're making money for their parents. How much money can they make, man? We look at a repeat occurrence in our future. She's selling for her mom right now. She will end up being like her mom, having her own little market there because she has no school to attend. You know, and these are the children that matter to us, man. These are the foundation of our society. That's why we're having all these elections. We're doing this election. Everybody's standing online to vote. We're encouraging people to register. We're telling you, man, don't take your vote lightly. That's your future. That's your voice. That's saying what you want in our country. But look at the little girl, man. This is a young girl selling. At this age, she's not in school this morning. Our school system is kaput in Liberia. Yes, election is important. Right now, this is the electoral process. Everybody running to elect a leader because they feel it will change our nation. But we have to look at the real circumstances facing us in the faces. When we see our young children today not in school, we see our school system completely a wreck. How can we account for what our lives have been all this time when we see our country like this? Huh? In 1980, 1970, 1980, you will not see Liberian children in the street like this. Yes, we have problems. We have problems. But our system was progressive. Our school system was moving forward. Education was an issue, but it was not really an issue. It was an issue up country where we needed more schools and more systems up there. But now in the city, we have so many schools. We're talking about minimizing the schools now. And there was rapid advancement going on in our country. But what happened when we killed our leader, man? Today, We are still suffering from 1980. Believe it or not, everything happening in our country today is because of that 1980 coup. Toba wasn't going to stay there forever. We were going to vote Toba out. Toba has set its own system for change. When Toba brought about the multi-party system, there was no way he could have continued to remain president under a one-party system. No way. Liberia was going to change, either by force, violence, or by rule of law. And Toba knew that. That what Toba kept telling us, this is my last term. I can't stay any longer. I will go. I will go. He kept telling us, but our boys didn't want him to go. They wanted change now, man. They wanted a revolution. And when you have a revolution and don't have great leaders, the revolution fails. And here we are today, still struggling for our 1980 revolution. Our revolution is on the brink of total destruction. Because when Jordan initiated that revolution, it didn't become their revolution. It became our revolution. When they killed Toba and killed our representative and took over the country, it became our revolution. It was no longer their revolution. But the circumstances in our nation did not permit positive changes. Everything was just silent and waiting for our country to explode. And when all the educated people started leaving, running away, because the government was a threat to them. Just the George Weah government is a threat to anybody who mean well for Liberia right now. It was a threat to them. But you see, though they didn't kill people, they killed their own people. They didn't kill our auditors and think they killed their girlfriends and boyfriends. They did some wicked things to their own people in their little clique. But to come out of your clique and come into the civilian world to hurt our auditors, to hurt our civilians, to commit all the atrocities in our country, worse than any leader has ever done. Not even though who was a military man killed our auditors and people like this George Weah man. What? Because you got ruthless people with this man. You heard Solomon George, the senator or representative, talking about how in the past people would just disappear. Those are the people killing people on the door too, making people disappear. Because on the door, it was a system of impunity and lawlessness just like it is today. But we cannot continue to live under nor condone these kind of systems. We can't. Our future is at stake. Our future is at stake. The more we hurt our nation, the more we hurt ourselves, the more we let these rogues and bandits run amok in our country and bring us down to nothing. This is what we have at stake. Our future. Our young children. We're supposed to be protecting these children. Be making way for them to learn diligently so that they can be the prospects of a better future for our nation. But yeah, our children today, instead of being in school, they're selling market. This is the 2000s, man. This is not the 1960s or 70s or 1980s. This is 2000s. And we're 2023. We're not even 2001 or 2002. We're 2023. And our children who's supposed to be in school are not in school. They're selling market. So it's evident that if these children can't get formal education, they got to go to boost schools. So let's reopen the boost schools. At least they will not be sitting down doing nothing. At least they will be learning how to cook, how to clean up. Then they can do the FMG and cut the thing. Yeah. That's what we want. Boost schools. Huh? The people come take out all our resources, throw our country in the abyss, because all of them are ignorant. Everybody there for themselves. No patriots in our nation. You know, you see the old people sitting there talking about the senators and legislators. Nothing but rogues, man. They're just stealing the resources from our country. And look at our country. Look at our country where it is today. But this is the first part of my lesson. Because my lesson is on education, but not really on this kind of education. It's just that this morning, when my correspondent, Mr. Samuel Wicker, went up to the U.S. Embassy and saw all the little girls selling, he called me. He said, "Rod, this is terrible, man." He said, "Everywhere we go, we see the children selling, man. You know, these children are supposed to be in school, but they're not in school. This is our future." I said, "Yes, you want to talk about it?" He said, "Yeah, let me talk about it." So he came on to talk about it, but unfortunately, the girl, he wanted to talk to her mother, send her somewhere, which is maybe good too. But it's hurtful. It's hurtful. Not only personally, but nationally. It's hurting our nation to see all our children selling, helping their parents, being the breadwinner for the parents when they're supposed to be in schools. Free education too now. Free education. We need free education where nobody will hold our children down. You won't go to college, your parents don't want you to go, pack up and move out of the house and go live with somebody and go to college free. Free education. It's the time for free education in our nation. We got too many struggling people, man. And our people are resilient. They want to learn. They want to progress. They want to advance. They want to change their lives. But we got to give them the incentive to do that. We got to give them the purpose and reason to want to do that. Every day we look at our country, all the buffoons just stealing the money, riding big cars, got all the children in America and abroad. Well, the same thing, man, forever. Why? The same corrupt, broken down system forever. Why? Why we can't have good schools for our children, man? Why we can't have good hospitals? Why the stealing got to overwhelm our nation? The stealing is overwhelming our nation because we can't do nothing good for our people. We can't. With all the stealing and corruption and lying and deceitfulness and betrayal, we can't. We can't. And it hurts me. It hurts me. You know, it hurts me that sometimes I get so angry I start cussing. My boy Ashford Gali of the Ashford Bridge Radio called me the other day. He said, "Chesson, why you not on my show, man?" I said, "Gosh, man, Ashford, I will come on your show when I get pissed and I start cussing." I said, "Your show not for people who cuss." I said, "That's why I don't go on people's shows. Because the situation in my country has me so perplexed, you know?" So when I talk about it, the negativism, just the pure hatred and negativism of my people get to me. I want flock people. You think that in a joke? I want flock people. But we got to do it the legal way. We got to institute corporal punishment. Because our country too small to be like the Western world, where people will just come and rob and rob and rob, and we'll put it in jail. We're not putting people in jail. Yes, certain people will go to jail. Excuse me. And in the new Liberia, don't think you go into jail to be like American jail. We are not Americans. We are not Europeans. We are not Westerners. Our country is not a country that harbors criminals. You would be flogged. You would not want to go to jail in Liberia. You will avoid jail. You avoid jail. Now our corporal punishment will work in a civilized way. You got a choice. You want to go to court? You can go to court. You want a corporal punishment? You go to the corporal punishment. But you got a choice. With a court, you got a record. You got a criminal record. That record will stay on file. We'll track you with that record. Anything happen and you involved in that kind of act, we're coming to look for you. You in our system. With a corporal punishment, no record. We ain't keeping no record. The only record we want is your name and your address. Why? Because you got 3 strikes, a corporal punishment. We're not going to be beating you forever. No, we'll not beat you forever. If we beat you for one crime, the same crime 3 times, you go into jail for a prolonged period. And in that jail, you're going to be doing corporal punishment too. So we're going to set up our system. Our country is not America. Our country is an African nation. And for us to deter crime, for us to set a better standard for our people and nation, we must do those things that are necessary to advance the good of the whole of our communities. So we can't go back to doing things that the way our parents did it. No, we can't go back. Nor can we do things like the way the Westerners do it. We learn certain things from the West to help us mix it with our culture and our society to grow. But we're not going to just copy everything from the West. It makes us weak. It makes us lose our ingenuity, our thinking, and our own abilities. When you become a copycat, you lose knowledge. And this is what happening in our country right now. We're copying everything from America. Oh, we can do that. We'll copy. Oh, we'll do that. All the things we copy do not fit in our society. They don't. They don't. So when we are copycats, we lose our original thinking. We lose our original abilities to be masters for ourselves. Everything is the international community, America, or USA, Britain. That's how we are now. We are not thinkers. We are dependent people. We are little kicky dogs. People just bring it all around with on the leash. Go this way, dog. Go this way, and we just going. Go this way. Oh, then when we're hungry, America, 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 we're hungry. America, 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 we're hungry. And that's America throw a one little bone or a little ice cream cup or something, and we all shut up and just start eating like dogs again and start walking by the leash. But that's where we are. Okay? So our young children are our future. We have neglected them for too long. When our government neglects to take care of our young children and they're not in school, they're out selling. My Liberian people, you know, on the top of that time, our little young children will not be seen sitting and selling it out. No, you go into Boys Town, you go into the army. No. I remember when I was young. So now I'm sitting there with my boys on a weekday or something. I'm not in school that day. We all just sitting there talking. Maybe we're off for some kind of reason. When we looked at the truck the army truck would just come and park. When that truck park, every young kid on that street running. They're running. Everybody who not in school running. Running. They're running. Because when the soldiers catch you and put you in that truck, you're not coming back to your parents. You go to Boys Town School. You go into the military. You're not coming home. So there were stringent efforts made in Liberia for people to go to school. We didn't take it easy. But we have problems. Just like today, most people won't go to boot school. The jail was on a Tottenham. You can imagine it was worse on the Tottenham time. Everybody wanted to go boot school. No, many people didn't want to go to Western schools. That's why they had an army to force people to go to school. When Tottenham catch you, you go to Boys Town. Boys Town was way out in Shuffling area there, where the airfield is now. That was Boys Town area there. They had a whole school over there, Americanized camp. They catch you, your parents didn't see you no more. You go into Boys Town. So nobody wanted to get caught. As soon as that army truck stopped, every kid on the street running. Brrr, and the soldiers running behind them too to catch them. I mean, it used to be funny in Liberia. Sometimes you just sit not talking. Yeah, everybody talking now. When you look, the army truck, they come slowly. When you park, all the soldiers jump from the truck, they're chasing you. When they catch you, you go in Boys Town, you join in the army, or you join in the militia. Either one. And your parents had nothing to say about it. You go into training. So there were efforts made to ensure that our society were educated. But today, they're not forcing people to go to school. We now have the military running behind people to put them in Boys Town and all. No, everybody Americanized now. You won't go to school, you go. You don't want to go to school, you stay home. But that's not the way our country can run. Even in America here, if the children don't go to school, they catch them, they put them in court, and they charge their families. They charge their parents. They charge them for truancy, for skipping classes. Yes, they charge the parents too. People pay money for that. Children can go to discipline schools for that. You can't just miss school like that in America. What? The people keep it because that's the national security issue too here. When children are not educated, especially high school education, you don't get that high school education, you are a total dummy. You are a total dummy. The high school education opens your mind to possibilities. You can go to college, you can do trade, you can do anything, you can go get a good job, but you have the ability to learn, to excel. That's what the high school diploma means. When people say you must get high school diploma, it shows that you reach a level of education that you can support independence. You can stand on your own. You can make good choices sometimes. Or you can seek out how to make good choices because they teach you all those things in high school to graduation. How to seek counseling, how to seek advice, how to look for a job, how to go do this and do that like a mature person in a society. They teach you that in high school. Okay? So that's why our educational system is significant to us. And we can't take it for granted. It's a part of our national security. If our society is not educated, we're going back to killing our people. Look at the killing going on in Liberia right now. The CIA got to invite Weah and the Justice Minister to America. Why do you think they did that? It's unprecedented. That means they don't do it. Nowhere in the world will you hear the CIA inviting the president and Minister of Justice of a country to come to America to talk with them. Nowhere. But they do it to us. Why? Because we got some serious issue. Samuel Walker is back. Let me see what he got to say. What's up, Sam?
Yeah, I was in the middle of something. I came all the way down to the United Minister. Yeah, there's a case with a lady and her ex guy or boyfriend on the general case. But I just escorted them, but they're going there.
At the
They're
at the
going,
at the ministry agenda.
yeah, we're gonna resolve that boyfriend girlfriend issue.
What happened?
He's not supporting the child.
Oh, okay. Anything else go on in Liberia this morning?
Yeah, besides the election process being slow, we're discussing. It's just all over this morning news. I heard that even in Roses, three other communities they never registered because the machine went down. So the process is just slow, very very slow.
So
And the little girl photo you seen over there, she's not in school. The little girl is 14 years in the fourth grade.
yeah, I've been
Her aunt,
talking. I've been
yeah,
talking.
she live with her aunt, and her husband is driving tricycle. She's making business. They refuse to send her to school.
Oh,
So
did I?
most children you see standing on the streets, they did not live with their parents, with relatives.
Ah,
They bring a children from the interior and give them a lot of job to do, and they're not going to school.
so that the girl, the woman refused to send her to school.
Refuse to send her to school. She's selling you, her husband is driving tricycle. They make up to $35 per day when you drive that tricycle. Still, the child is not in school.
What is the tricycle? The
So
pimping?
that
What is
they
it?
can't get.
The KK. Mm.
Yeah, they can't get the pimping at the motorbike. They can't get is the tricycle.
Oh, they got the tricycle and the motorbike.
Yeah. The
Wow.
tricycle makes money.
Why it make more money
People,
than the motorbike?
it's fast. And with the three seat at the back and one in front, the people make more money than even the ordinary taxi.
Wow.
People make up to 6, 7,000, 8,000 per day.
Wow.
They make money. That's a
Okay.
good business in Liberia nowadays. They make money, fast money. A tricycle is called 3,500 US dollar cash. More
You
than a
buy
taxi
it,
fare, more than a
you
taxi
buy
price.
you buy it with a cycle on it.
Yeah, everything, yeah, intact.
Okay.
It makes money, but it's cheap. It makes money.
Okay, conclude
Uh,
now. Let me end my show.
yeah, I'm just gonna busy with it, general thing. So I hope tomorrow I will try to cover one or two electoral sites because man said I'm due there tomorrow Wednesday. Yeah, I like every center. So we hope that tomorrow I will give you some detailed news.
Okay. You take care of yourself in the
Okay,
meantime.
okay.
Okay. Bye bye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this morning my class specifically is on sexually transmitted diseases in Liberia. Now, if you've been on Facebook reading my posts, it's a very serious problem in Liberia. There was some health expert on the internet talking about Liberia and sexually transmitted disease in our country. And one of the health experts mentioned that on a yearly basis, 8 out of 10 Liberian people contract STD. Now, the part about it is they got different types of STDs. And some of them, we know about them. Some of them, when you contract them, you know exactly you got a disease and you need to take care of something. But there are other diseases that are sexually transmitted that you have no idea that you have it until you get tested or until something happens that gives you an idea that you got certain things. Now in Liberia, we know because of our culture, because of our history, people don't use sexual protection. A lot of people do not use condom. We have a lot of sexually promiscuous people in our nation. That means people just have sex with different people. They don't care who they have sex with. They get drunk, they have sex. They high, they have sex. They're not high, they have sex. We have a serious sexual education problem in our country. People have sex without protection. Most Liberians have sex. If you got 8 out of 10 people with sexually transmitted diseases, you know that most of the people are not using protection. That's because of the high rate of illiteracy in our country. That's because of the low level of sexual education that we have in our country. Education as a whole is dead in Liberia. Whatever education you get, sexual education is not one of the major ones. Now, because we have a problem, you see signs of people telling people to use condom and all those things, but that's not sexual education. Sexual education starts from the young people, telling them what to do in your homes. You must talk to your children in your homes about sex. We're scared to do it. How many Liberian people talk to their children about sex? We don't do it because many of us don't love our children. We come from the tradition, man, where we just have children to do farm work. But only a few people really love their children. Really take their children's future to be their responsibility. Not many Liberian people do that. Many of our children are left on their own to learn for themselves. If the school can't teach you, well, go learn how to have sex and do your thing your own way. Nobody taught me. Nobody taught me. I learned the hard way. Learned the hard way. But somehow we're blessed. We're saved from serious diseases and sicknesses and all those kind of things until we got our education. Many of us learned better when we came to America, not in Liberia. In Liberia, everybody living like animals, sleeping with each other, doing things that all kind of nasty things in Liberia. No sexual education in Liberia. Look at it. You watch the video on my page where these scientists were talking about sexual diseases. They tell you that Liberians, people sleep with 30 partners in a year. 30 partners. That's scary. People have multiple partners. That means everybody in our country is deceitful. The women deceitful, the men deceitful. How you have 30 partners in a year and you say you're in love with people? You married. So there's no monogamy in Liberia? If you're sleeping with 30, 40 people in a year, give me a break, man. And there are certain diseases that we know about and certain others we don't know about, and we need to learn about it. Now, all of us know about gonorrhea. That's a common disease in Liberia. Gonorrhea. You see, everybody got a little shop with penicillin where you go take your penicillin or something to cure it. Okay, to cure gonorrhea is not hard. You can cure it. But if you don't cure it, you got big problems. What are some of the signs and symptoms of gonorrhea? You have a cloudy, pussy liquid coming out of your penis hair. When you go to urinate, you have pain urinating. Sometimes it affects you when you got to go to the bathroom, it affects you too. So those are the major symptoms of gonorrhea. You have this mucus substance coming out of the head of your vagina, out of your penis. It's hard to pee. Sometimes your penis gets swollen and burning, feel like it's burning when you pee, and all those kind of things. Okay, those are just the major symptoms. You know you got something wrong with you. Okay, most Liberians go take penicillin. They got some other medication for gonorrhea disease. People take it, but sometimes, not all the time, gonorrhea will leave your body. Sometimes you take medication. If the medication does not cure it, most medication will cure it. It can be cured right away. Unlike other diseases or viruses that stay in your system longer. With gonorrhea, you get cured right away. But if you don't cure it, or if it doesn't get cured well, you can have some serious problems. It can turn to syphilis. For the man, for the woman, the same thing. The women in every sexual relationship where there's a STD, they suffer the most because it impacts their reproductive system. They can't have children. They can have some serious pains. Serious pains. Women go through more. So we know about gonorrhea. You don't take care of gonorrhea, it turns to syphilis. It can turn to something else, worse, drive you crazy. It can go in your joints and mess all your joints up. It can make you sick if you don't cure it well. So we know about gonorrhea. We know about syphilis. Syphilis is a more deadly type of disease. It can drive you crazy. It can mess you up bad. Okay? That's another kind of disease. But the diseases that I want to talk to today are the diseases that you have no idea that you have. You have no inclination you have. There are two of them basically. One is called HPV, human papilloma virus, HPV, and the other is called chlamydia, CHLAMYDIA, something like chlamydia. Those are two sexually transmitted diseases. When you get them, you have no idea you get them. You have no idea. For the HPV, people suggest that young children between 11 and 12 get vaccine. You can get vaccine. They got a vaccine for that. Okay? But if you don't take the vaccine, sometimes there's no way for you to know you got HPV. HPV is a virus. Some doctors say or physicians say you can pick it up from anywhere. If somebody got it and go pee and come and shake your hand, you may get it too. They say it's in our body. They say HPV is naturally in our bodies. But there are different strains of HPV that can affect you because of sexually transmitted stuff. Okay? Now, when you get HPV, they say you will never know. Most time you will never know. And the only time you will begin to know if it becomes serious in you. If it goes untreated for so long and it turns into other things. What things can it turn to? They say sometimes it can turn into warts on your hands. And worse, it can give you cancer. In the penis, in the butt, in the uterus. So, what is HPV? It's called human papilloma virus, HPV. It's something most of us never heard about. I just started learning about HPV myself. But it's a virus that's in us. And the ones that is sexually transmitted, they have different types. Just as you have diabetes, you have type A, type B, and C. The same thing with HPV. You got different types. Some types, it stay in your body, you will never know. It disappears by itself. You get it and it will go. You will never know. Others, they got vaccine for it. Okay, there are symptoms for you to know that you got HPV too. And what are some of the symptoms? Let's talk about this too. The medication, the medication to cure that is called Gardasil. Gardasil 9. Gardasil 9. That's the main vaccine to cure HPV. So if you feel you got that, if you feel, some of the symptoms, you got the same pain in the penis, you got burning sensation, pain during sex, lower belly pain, abdominal vaginal discharge. When you see all these abnormal things around your penis area, your vagina area, you go to the doctor. It will lead to something else. But those are all the problems. And they're similar. Now, according to the scientists, 40% of sexually active Liberians have sexually transmitted diseases. This is high. And all because of multiple partners. So when you get this HPV, it's easy to cure. You can go and get a vaccine. But what they're saying is when it gets in your system to the point where you start to get worse, because if you don't cure it, there are different types. They got let me go through the types here. They got some types that stay in people from 15 years to 45 years. Those are the types that can cause warts. You get all kinds of sores on your hands and your body, okay? Or it can cause cancer. In women, it's worse. It's harder for women to detect these things. So some of the basic symptoms you will see, the peeing, the burning sensation when you go pee, the itchy sensation, peeing in your belly, the lower belly. Bad, look out, the thing that's coming out of your penis or your vagina, the fluid. Is it cloudy or pussy? Is it blood? The women, do you bleed in between menstruation period? All those things. Is your testicle swollen or tender? All those kind of things gave you. Notice that you suffer from something. And you got to go check yourself out. But most of the HPV will catch it and they disappear. Then there's another thing, another STD similar to the HPV called chlamydia. It's almost the same thing. These are diseases you catch through sexual transmission. But with the HPV, the female doctor says it's a virus. So you don't have to get it from sexually transmitted disease alone. You can get it from shaking somebody's hand. You can get it by interchanging, sharing food and all that kind of thing with people that got it in those kind of ways. Where any way you spread this virus, you can spread that HPV is a virus. Okay? But chlamydia, you got to have sex with a person. It's the same kind of way. You would never detect it. But it can be deadly. All of these impact the women bad. Because if you get these things and you get these viruses and these chlamydia, and it's not treated in you, and you notice the symptoms, pain in your penis, swelling in your penis, missed circle, bleeding, it's not your menstruation circle, but you're bleeding, something wrong. Your kidney, and now your kidney, painful discharge and bleeding around your butt. You can get chlamydia in the butt too if you do anal sex. Your butthole will issue. It will get swollen. You will get diarrhea. But those things, those two diseases, is harder to detect. But if they stay in your system for long, you will get these diseases. They are preventative. They got vaccine for HPV. And I think they got treatment for chlamydia too. But they recommend that in all young children, 11 to 12 years old, before they become sexually active, parents go out and find the HPV vaccine. They have vaccine for it now. And they recommend that between 11 and 12 years old, before your children become sexually active, make sure that they take the HPV vaccine. It will give them protection against this disease that we don't know about. Okay? So chlamydia, they got different types of, they can treat it. But you got to take shots and all of that. And these two diseases are not detectable in early stages. So for the HPV now, you know that you got vaccine for the HPV. You can go and take your vaccine. Even when you contract it, you can take the vaccine. They got 3 shots or 4 shots you got to take over a certain period of time to get rid of it, to cure it, or to help you. But they say you can't really get cured. The HPV is in your system. It stays in your system. They can make it subside and go to rest and just make it dormant. But it's in our system, same with chlamydia. So study about these two sexually transmitted diseases. We can't detect them. Okay? But with the HPV, you can give your children vaccine when the 11-year-old and the 12-year-old before they become sexually active, and they say that those vaccines will protect them from HPV, human papilloma virus, HPV, human papilloma virus. And chlamydia is another sexually transmitted disease. So be careful. You never know you have these two diseases until they get worse in your system. Okay? The HPV, if it's not a deadly type, you can get it, it will go away, you would never even know about it. But if it's some of the types that you can suffer from, they got different types. They got type 16 to type 18. When you get those types, you get warts. Then they got type 9 to type 14. You get something else. I think type 15 to 45 years old, 15 years to 45 years old. If you get that type, it can harm you. Whereas if you 9 to 14, go and read up on it. Okay? But I just want to make you aware of these two silent killers. Both of them can give you cancer. They can give you sexual cancer. They can give you cancer in your penis, in your testicles, in your anus, in your stomach. They can give you cancer. So most of us don't know we have these diseases until they get late. So I've already told you now, if you got children 11 to 12, make sure they take the HPV vaccine before they become sexually active. These diseases, we cannot know you have them until it's late. So take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. Okay? They're different from gonorrhea, they're different from HIV, they're different from syphilis. All those diseases got symptoms that you can tell right away. Okay? So these, you have no symptoms. You have no symptoms until it's too late. So take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. My class is done for the day. I hope I serve you well. Have a good day, my people. See you tomorrow.